Welcome to the Short Funk Podcast. I'm Tom Barberley. I'm editing a model rail radio currently, which is about 3 hours long. It's probably going to come out closer to maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes, but that's just the nature of the editing that I do. And I reflect very heavily on recording model rail radio because out of all my podcasts, it's clearly by a substantial margin the most successful thing I've ever done in this particular field. Well, maybe in general, maybe my life in general, if you don't count the Bikini Model Railroaders Facebook group. But aside from that, so in doing model rail radio, I reflect very heavily on the fact that I'm not actually a model railroader, and the more time that I spend doing model rail radio, the less time I am as a model railroader. It's one of these curious paradoxes that if your time spent on a hobby is associated with editing audio for a hobby podcast, then your time spent on a hobby is spent doing this thing. And I wonder what it would look like if I actually had a train layout that I did stuff on for periods of time. It's not that there's a resentment that's drawn through editing this audio, it's just that it takes an inordinate amount of time. The quality and quantity and diversity of the speech tics of the participants, and also the fact that really I'm not interested in creating something where it's just a bunch of professional voices talking to you about the hobby of model railroading. No, my interest is actually getting every person involved possible. And in that light, editing through, providing the best possible quality of audio with a view that I'm conveying information to a substantial group of people, I have some prioritization around that. So I wonder what it would look like where I would have enough time to be a model railroader and also record model rail radio. I wonder it particularly associated with things like Short Funk. I mean, Short Funk as a podcast actually takes an inordinately long amount of time to come up with the topics and edit things down and put stuff out. It's a lot of text editing, actually. The text editing is the largest part of this thing. I should find better ways of automating it. Then I have This Comes Next, which I think is still finding its feet. I'm finding that we need to have a way of energizing the listening audience to This Comes Next. And I'm not really sure how we do that. I mean, people seem to be saying shorter shows, shorter shows, shorter shows, which is the antithesis of model rail radio. But I also think that these are people that have consumed podcasts historically, if they've consumed podcasts at all, in a very particular format. And I don't want to do the format of podcasts. I have an aversion to producing audio that's like radio just for the sake of the group of folk who are ex-radio people that want to monetize their radio-like podcasts. That's not what I do podcasts for. So the whole notion that we should be recording podcasts that are more like radio so we'll make it easier for advertisers to get involved, like this is just completely outside the realm of my general thinking when I produce podcasts. In this light, I'm trying to record more model rail radios. I'm trying to fit them in. But at the same point, the editing is such a substantial whack of time. And also, I spoilt myself in recording to the 2-hour format. I mean, the 2-hour format that I was trying to stick to with model rail radio made the production a lot easier, made the production a lot quicker. And it also meant that out of the possibilities of participants, there would be maybe 5 or 6 per show that would require extra editing. But when there are, 7 to 10 per show that require extra editing, it's a different kind of thing. It's less fun in some regard, and it becomes labor, quite fundamentally. It becomes labor at the speed of actually producing the shows. For a period of time through Noble Ape, I thought I could create audio podcast editing that would just use artificial intelligence, just plain ethereal intelligence, in order to edit the podcast. But unfortunately, you can't take me out of the system by the looks of things. And the more time that I spent doing this stuff, the more time I realized that maybe what I need to do is, in fact, create a shorter format for model rail radio. And This Comes Next will just become whatever it becomes. So I've got to think critically about these things, particularly as my time, I don't know, it's not luxurious currently, but I know it's only going to get scarce in the near future. So a few thoughts associated with this. Tom Barberley in San Jose, signing out.